What up guys, my name is Kong and today I'm going to be talking about Battleship Island. Battleship Island. This movie is about, take place during World War II and is during the Japanese occupation, and they have captured, trick, I would say enslave the Korean people to work on this island. It's basically a mining island, that's what it really is. So let's talk about what I did like about this movie. I like the story itself is very unique. It's very interesting. It's very sad. It's very cruel. Very brutal. Little kids, a grown man working in the mines, collecting. I guess you can say minerals or some sort for the Empire of Japan. The work situation is horrible. The situation is bad for the Koreans. The Koreans, I want to say they were forced laborers. Basically, it's a concentration camp. Not concentration, but it's a labor camp. That's what it really is. So I like the main character, I guess you could say music conductor. He does a really good job. He's you can tell that he wants to live, he wants to survive, he wants to make sure his daughter live past this whole situation. He put himself, his daughter, and his friend in. I like that. What else? You clearly see that the military Japanese people were really cruel, very vicious, very manipulative. That was very well captured. And another thing was one of the Korean leader. You get to find out his motive, what he was doing, and the whole twist on it was so evil. Well, that wasn't evil, but it was very I want to say diabolical, very cruel, very deceitful. He was charged with treason, basically. Treason and I guess you could say fraud. Fraud against the Korean people. So all the Korean people that's on that island. So it's really interesting. There's two. That's the first twist. That's the biggest one. What else did I like? The ingenuity of the Korean people to really bribe the guard, sort of trade among each other, to really sort of try to make the best of their situation. I like that. And what else here? They really show the kind of like the Korean women are treated as the Koreans are treated as second-rate class. They're not even second-rate class. The women are forced to be in like in a workhouse. I don't want to say the word for it, but they are in a workhouse to as sex slaves. That's what they really are for the Japanese military. So it was very cruel, very unfriendly for the Korean women of that time. So it's very hard to watch those scenes because there's always abuse, powers in a single establishment. So it's very hard to watch those scenes. What else did I like? I like the fight, the battle itself is very chaotic, but it's not like cinematic, like Saving Private Ryan or Band of Brothers or Pearl Harbor. Not that level, but it's sort of that. It's a level where it feels hectic. You feel like you're on the ground. You're trying to like hide from the bullets and machine guns. Not machine guns, but like rifles and swords, katanas, and so it really gets you a sense of chaosness towards the end of the movie. And then I also like the one of the inside spy. I wouldn't say his spy, but he's more like an inside from the outside. He was implanted into the Battleship Island to free the minister, but we don't know in the beginning, but we find out at the end that he kind of plans all this stuff out. But the man who really the man who really understand how to work with the conductor, the musical conductor, the opera conductor, and he really bribes everyone, kind of get everything to come on the side. So it's really the work of the team, the work of the Korean, the community that was there to really work to each other to, as one goal is to leave this island, you know. So it was really good. I like that. What else did it's true, it was really sad at the end. The father did not make it. You have a sweet moment at the end that, you know, the father made his promise that his daughter was gonna get out of this place and, you know, move on, to live her life. So I like the message. I like the commitment that the father does for his daughter, and it's really good. The cruelty here is they don't shy from it. There's the cruelty, the infighting, the bickering, the sex slave, sex worker. I would say sex worker. It's just not a great place to be if you were a Korean person of that time that was forced into labors. So let's talk about what I did not like about this movie. This movie, it doesn't have the tonality that what a good movie has. It doesn't have the tonality. The cinematography isn't that great. It is. I have to say it's fine, but it could be better. The script itself could be better. It feels a little flat. It feels a little dry. Feel a little bit uninspired. A little bit on work. It just doesn't seem, natural, doesn't seem fluid, doesn't give you insight of the situation. It's just, I wish it was, the script was a little bit massaged, a little bit worked on, a little bit refined. What else? I think they need to work a little bit on the color of this movie. It does have sort of I get a color tone to it, but it just doesn't quite match the story that the movie is telling us. What else? We don't quite get to know how the minister of finance and the minister of treasury. Anyway, but he's sort of the leader on the island for the Korean community, and then I guess you can say the mayor of that island, more like mayor / dictator. How did they sort of come into that agreement? You do get to see it in the movie, but what kind of led to the agreement between two men? What else I did not like? I wish we got to see a little bit more about all of the women's side, those sex workers. Because I'd like to see what the Korean woman did on their end to contribute to the escape. They did show it this, the woman, they were using their bed to tie rope and stuff like that. But I think I think there would be a little bit more, maybe like comforting each other, give each other advice, those talk to each other. So just a little bit more to kind of give this story a little bit more, depth, a little bit more, not concrete, but a little bit more substance to the stories. So guys, what would the rating I give this movie? I give it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a good movie. It's a good foreign movie. You don't see a lot of good foreign movies that, they really punch above their weight class and tell you a good story, and such as story, script, characters, and the importance of the event. And this movie really does that for me. I hope it does it for you. A lot of things, what happens is that we focus so much on the big stories, we focus on the Pacific Theater, the Eastern Front, the Western Front, but we lose focus on the small little battles that happen, that the good guy come out on the top. become triumphant. So I would like to see more of those stories. It's just more interesting than the big battles that we normally see from Hollywood or other movies. So a 7 out of 10, guys. Please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and browse to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of content for you guys to check out. Please do so. Thank you so much and take care, guys. Bye bye.